Anyone who knows anything about military spending knows that we are bleeding trillions to our enemies, We are, through military spending, we are funding and arming terrorists all over the planet. That's according to inspector generals at the Defense Department.
Let's roll, never give them control. They've got their money, but we've got our soul.
The investigative journalism of David DeGraw. So I figured, let's get him in here. Here we go. David, thanks for taking the time to be here.
Hey, thanks for having me, Lee. It's been awesome to watch you evolve into the force you've become. I've been covering military spending for a very long time now, really since the Bank of Credit and Commerce International in the 90s. And it's just, military spending has been lacking accountability for decades. And weapons contractors, and they have known this for the longest time, that there's really no oversight over military spending, so they pretty much do whatever they want. It's like when you catch them doing these colossal trillion-dollar frauds, as soon as you start closing in on them and getting the truth out, they wave the wand of national security, and now they redact all the information. And of course, the U.S. mainstream press, which is owned by global war profiteers, straight up. I mean, the U.S. mainstream press is now a psychological operations, a divide and conquer of the American people. This is what American people need to understand. Global war profiteers have taken over the country, literally. This is not like they're waving the American flag. This isn't the American people. These are people pretending to care, under the guise of national security and supporting the troops. They are stealing trillions in tax dollars. This is happening right in front of us. Read the Inspector General reports of Afghanistan and Iraq. Man, we've lost the war on terror. We haven't lost it militarily. We lost it economically. They robbed the Treasury.
But the number of bombs being dropped under the Trump administration is totally fucking insane. One every 12 minutes. Talk a little about that and where you got that.
Basically, Bush was dropping like 30 bombs a day. Everyone was going crazy. He's a war president. He's a madman. And then Obama upped it to like 54 a day or something like that. And then Trump gets into office. And what Trump did was he told the CIA that they can fire drones and fire missiles at will. They don't have to get a green light. Under the Obama administration, you used to have to get a green light from the administration and military generals. The CIA couldn't just bomb whoever they wanted. They had to get the okay. Trump said, no, bomb whoever you want. And same thing for military commanders on the ground and in the field. Anytime they want to bomb anybody, they can just go ahead and do it. They don't need to get, there's no oversight whatsoever. So once that happened, they started dropping about 144 bombs a day.
And it seems the CIA doesn't even really know who we're killing. They just call them enemy combatants, and then that allows them to just report that no innocent civilians were killed, when in fact it's just anyone we hit is apparently a combatant.
Right. I mean, leaked CIA documents, they said that the people on their death by drone kill list account for 2% of the people getting killed by these drone bombs. 2, according to the CIA's own documents. I mean, this is a mess, Lee. This is beyond, I don't know how we're going to get out of this, man. I mean, it's like time for all hands on deck. We have to focus on the Pentagon audit. Like, I can't say this enough. Like, I get it with the identity politics, In a society overrun by corruption, everybody's oppressed. I get it. And, I understand institutional racism. I've covered it. I know what's going on with the private prison industry and the incredible incarceration rates, like the sexual discrimination. I get it. But we got to think strategically. Right. We have to, come in over the Death Star and drop the bomb. And that bomb is in the Pentagon audit. Like, we have people in Congress right now. The leader of the Senate Judiciary Committee, Chuck Grassley, has been one of the biggest critics of military spending. Lee, this is what people need to understand, okay? People who supported my work around military spending are people who are Pentagon accountants. They're former soldiers, former intelligence community people. These aren't, you know, the normal left-wing hippies who are like, you know, peace, screw war. These are people who are very concerned about the well-being and the security of this country. Anyone who knows anything about military spending knows that we are bleeding trillions to our enemies, We are, through military spending, we are funding and arming terrorists all over the planet. That's according to inspector generals at the Defense Department. You know, these aren't people who just want peace. These are people who are like, oh my God, we've lost the war on terror. We've had trillions of dollars stolen from the U.S. Treasury. This is not a joke, people.
David, thank you so much for your work, and I highly recommend people check out changemaker.media as long as it's still online.
Thanks, Lee. Man, you're an inspiration. You know, getting censored and stuff, it really kind of gets to your morale and stuff. But to see people like you jump onto this stuff and blow it up, do it while you can, man. The Iron Curtain is coming down.
That's all for now, but you can find me on Twitter @LeeCamp, and you can text the word redacted to 444-999 for free email updates. Until next time, good night and keep fighting.